you've logged in to the Apex Learning Teacher Portal, it is time for you to start developing your classroom. And in order to create your classroom, you're going to come to the My Dashboard page. You have two different options here, and since I'm a little short, we're going to go with the Actions option. But you can always go through the Menu option way up here. Yeah. On the My Dashboard page, it says Add a Classroom to get started, and it takes you through simple steps as far as the directions that they're providing you. So we're going to follow their directions today, and we're going to start with Actions, and click on that, and it's going to give you a pop-up button that says Add Classroom. And we're going to give our classroom a name. So for mine, we'll say, I love science, so let's go with science. Science. And what grade? 10th grade. Maybe not. Alright, it's got your start date, that's when you will actually start your classroom. And then you're going to select your program. And you can choose content recovery, credit recovery, initial credit, tutorials. And we've already discussed the different levels for this. So let's go with content recovery.
Content recovery is whenever the students have failed for the 9 weeks and they need content to try and boost their grade up to a passing score, which could be a 70 or to a higher failing grade, so they have the opportunity to pass for the year.
You're going to choose your courses based on your classroom title. We have Advanced Placement, AP Biology. We have Core, Biology Core. You have Core Physical Science Core. We have Physics. So we're going to choose today Physical Science. After you search through the courses, whether it's math, English language arts, science, or social studies, choose the content that you're going to use for your course and go over here and press the Save button. There we go. Now it's going to give you a list of teachers for your organization, and we're at Marion High School, so it's automatically showing that, and then it's got teachers to where you can enroll them into your course content area. Alright, what it's going to do is it's going to enroll you as the primary teacher, which is here, and if for some reason you're a cooperating teacher or you're working with another teacher, you can choose their name from this list. If you do not have a teacher that you need to enroll, you can go up to Student Enrollment, and it's going to provide you with the different students' names, and then you have your student list here, and you can go through the list and click on the students that you would like to enroll. In order to enroll your students, you would simply come over and click Enroll, and it's going to take and go back to the top where it says students enrolled in this classroom, and it's going to list those students there. So we're going to go down and add a couple more students. As you can see, the students' names are listed here, and over here there's a tab that says Create Student. You should not have to create any students for your classroom. Should you not be able to find the student that you're looking for, you need to contact your site coordinator instead of creating the student yourself, because that is something that they need to do. Once you're finished adding your students, and we're not going to go through any more because I don't want to keep adding, go to Classroom Configuration. Miss Gerald is going to talk about how to set up this page and what it's for while she's monitoring the room.
What you want to do at this point is you want to go to set up your classroom. You would go to the settings. Once you hit the settings button, it's going to have a pop-up, and it's going to tell you what your MBL, MA, CB, QOR, QFAR is. The MBL is just a mastery-based learning. If you would like your students to have a 70% for their course that gives them a passing, like with the quizzes, then you can set it at 70. You can set this percent at any grades you would like. They're only allowed 3 attempts per quiz though, and then you have to either move them on or reset them within the grade book. It's always proctored activities. It's supposed to be within the classroom, but you can enforce auto proctoring activities. That's a new feature with Apex. It's always closed book assessments. That's the default button in the security settings. And it always randomizes the question order. Students will never have the exact same question twice, or even within 30 questions of each other. You can provide the student with the feedback after the quizzes, which will help them with the specific questions that they have missed, or you can allow them to review their answers and the student and the question feedback to see why they have received the wrong answer. But sometimes students try to write down the answers for these specific questions, and that doesn't work because it's never the same question. That's what the randomization is for.
And that helps with the security settings so that they, number one, can't go back and put in an answer that was already done, and it provides an extra step to prevent cheating, of course. And after you're done setting your settings here with the course settings, you would just click save, and then you could exit out. Once you get back to this screen, you're going to want to save, just to make sure that your settings are saved. And it clicks over so you can see that it's saved, and then you can just exit out. Now you have your classrooms back on your dashboard, and you can click into your classroom, and it's going to give you your course content. Once you get that open, it takes you to your content page here, and it gives you units. And during this time, your students can watch the first unit and participate in the activities there. Now that you're back at My Dashboards, you set up your classroom, and in order to access your classroom, you would just click on the blue link one time, and it will pop up. And this is what your classroom would look like. Now, there is a way for us to edit the content that you share with your students, that what you will allow them to do. And that's a little process, so what we're going to do is schedule an additional professional development for those of you who would like to learn how to edit your content to promote student learning.
How to add and take away course content within Apex. First, you need to go to the Apex website. Make sure that you are on the correct website. You need to sign in using your username and login that the site director has given you. Once you've signed in, you will need to select the course that you are trying to add or take away content. So I'm going to go to the geometry, since we've been doing geometry the entire time. Go to the geometry course that you have set up. Once you select the geometry course, I want to take away information so the students don't have to really see this. What you need to do is up here in the right hand corner, you select the outline manager. Once you select the outline manager, over here on the left hand side, there will become check marks. You are going to take away the check marks to delete the course information or the course content that you don't need, or you can add it if you've already taken some away and you want to put it back. So, like, for instance, I want to take away the diagnostics. Diagnostics is just an extra test that the students don't need to have. I'm going to go into each individual section and then take out certain things. Like, I want to take out the test, this third test right here. I want to take out a discussion question and leave the rest. So I'm going to take away these other courses, some of these other courses. Okay, since everything is done now, I've only left Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, since this is the first 9 weeks example of content recovery. I have left everything that I have taught over and want the students to remember so they can go forward within the second 9 weeks. And I've taken out everything else. Now, throughout the year, in the specific 9 weeks, you can always take away the content and add the content. So if you want to just keep the same class, just go to the Outline Manager every semester, every 9 weeks, and then take away and add content, whatever you need for your students. But when you want to save it, so the students will only see this specific stuff, you go back to the Outline Manager in the right-hand corner, click it one more time, and it will show only what you have put within Apex. The students won't be able to see everything at one time like you, since you are the teacher. They'll only be able to see what you have available or where they need to begin. Students will only see, since this is their first time, they'll only see the foundations of geometry, and then they'll see entering the world of geometry. Until they take this quiz that is right here and pass it with a 70, they won't be able to go to section 2. But if there's any questions or anything like that you may have, please contact your site coordinator, and this is how to add and remove content within Apex.